What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today's video format is going to be a little bit different thanks to Croissant, who taught me how to download CapCut for my laptop, that toaster right here that I have. And now I'm able to edit my videos. So I'm going to try out this new format of editing my videos. Let me know in the comments below if you like it or not. Now, because this is a pilot episode, I'm going to make something different, which is going to be, instead of programming for the boys, it's going to be programming for the girls. Now, is it because I have a huge female fan base? Not at all. I don't think there's a single woman watching this video right now. But what I will say is that after going to the gym for a full year and seeing how the personal trainers program for both men and women, I have to say, if you think they suck at programming for men, you haven't seen how they program for women. It's awful. Like, it's awful. I mean, you have seen it, right? You have seen the girls in the gym doing the crab dance from one side of the gym to the other with a band on their legs, right? You have seen them like build basically a Minecraft house so they can hip thrust 2 plates on each side, and you have also seen them drag a bench across the whole gym just so they can do their weird cable glute kickbacks. I think it's like the woman equivalent to iliac pull downs. I decided to make this program to keep it simple, because programming for women is actually fairly simple. For men, it's a little bit more complicated, because men want to hit every single part of their body and develop them massively, right? They want huge traps, huge neck, huge legs, huge calves, huge abs, huge everything, right? Yeah, I know what I said. But women, just if you ask them what they aesthetically want, they're going to tell you, oh, I want a big ass, I want big legs, I want to have toned abs, right? And a defined back. And that's it. Toned arms, maybe they're going to say. But they don't want to get huge. So this allows you basically to not have to put so much isolation, not have to put on so much volume, and really focus on what they want, on what they really, really want, which is going to be legs and abs, right? And leg training, and well, ab training is a joke, right? You just add ab isolation, that's it. But leg training is also fairly simple. You add a squat, you add a hinge, right? You add some other movement, and maybe if you want to, you add an isolation, and that's it. With that in mind, we are going to start with the program, which I called Barbell Barbie. Don't get me wrong, I fucking hated that movie, but I liked how it sounded, so I'm keeping it. Now, if we scroll down, we're going to see that it's going to be a full body 3 times a week. Why did I choose a template of full body 3 times a week? Well, it's fairly simple. Because you don't have to worry too much about isolation, you don't have to load up your days with isolation, right? You can condense your sessions a lot, because you're going to have your main leg compounds, right? Then you're going to have some upper body work, and then some 1 to 2 isolation movements, and that's it, right? So it fits perfectly with the full body split. If it were a dude, I would actually recommend to do an upper lower for most people, because you want to have a lot of isolation for your neck, for your calves, for your forearms. For women, you just need a couple sets, and that's it, because you don't want to optimally grow those areas outside of the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes, right? So I think that, again, full body fits perfectly with the bill. Now, the way I'm going to do this is every single session you're going to have like a leg movement, and it's going to fluctuate following the heavy, light, medium setup. Basically, the first day we're going to start off with a lot of work with a main heavy compound movement. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have like low axial loading movement that you're going to be able to really push to failure. And then we're going to have on Friday just a movement that is going to be a compound, right? It's going to be a little bit more taxing than the Wednesday movement, but it's still not going to be as taxing as the Monday session. So that's how I want to approach it, and I think that works wonders. So let's just start with the first day. Every single day has 3 supersets, which should only take you like 90 minutes tops if you're not on your phone or taking pictures to upload to your Instagram stories. So let's just start with the first superset, which is going to be barbell squats with 4 sets of 6 to 10. I would highly recommend you slowing down the eccentric, pausing at the bottom to really stretch the glutes and the quads. And we superset this with dumbbell curls, 4 sets of 10 to 15. Again, I would recommend slowing down for all of the movements here, I would recommend slowing down the eccentric, really let the muscle stretch, and pausing at the bottom for maximum control. Then for the second superset, we have our hinge accessory. We started off with a heavy knee flexion, and then we follow that up with a lighter hinge that we can push to failure safely. It's going to be either one leg Romanian deadlift, which I'm going to highly recommend for as an option. Then you have as a variation hyperextensions, right? I think that if you want more of a defined back look, you should do the hyperextensions because they're going to target more of the erectors compared to the Romanian deadlifts. And on top of that, if you want to save time, you can do the hyperextensions because they're bilateral compared to the Romanian deadlifts. 3 sets of 8 to 12. Then we couple that with either pull-ups or lat pull-downs. I would highly recommend you to get strong enough to do pull-ups because that's going to allow you to save time because you're not going to be dependent on if the lat pull-down machine is available or not. Just hang from a bar and do your pull-ups. 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 12. Then the third superset is going to be push-ups or flat dumbbell press. Now here, I really want you to do your push-ups because for women, push-ups are hard enough for a while, right? So they don't have a lot of upper body strength. So having them do kneeling push-ups or push-ups, right, makes sense because they don't have to use any type of equipment. They don't have to use a bench and they just have to be on the floor and do push-ups. That saves a lot of time as well. 4 to 6 sets of as many reps as possible, or 10 to 15 reps if they're doing the flat dumbbell press. We couple that up with cable face pulls, 3 sets of 10 to 20. So that's for the first day. As you can see, it's very leg focused. We start off with a heavy knee flexion, then we follow that up with an accessory. And then we have as a superset or as floaters, we have the upper body movements. Then on Wednesday, we move and we start off with a combination of a hinge and a horizontal pull, which is going to be barbell rows with strict technique, basically Mike Israel style. I think that if you adjust your technique when doing the barbell rows, you can target more of the hamstrings if you don't bend your legs that much, because if you think about it, you're basically in a bottom Romanian deadlift position. Now, if you want to maximize your back gains, as I do, you probably want to lay your torso, right? Let it sit on your legs. We do 4 sets of 6 to 12. We couple that up with cable pushdowns, 3 sets of 10 to 15. There we have the triceps isolation. Then the second superset is going to be Bulgarian split squats with military press. It makes sense that if you're going to use dumbbells, you're already in front of the dumbbell rack. So you just grab a pair of dumbbells to your Bulgarian split squats, you put them back in, you grab dumbbells to the military press, you put them back in, you rest, and then you do it again, right? So that's how I thought about the superset. 3 sets of 8 to 12, for the military press, 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 12. Nothing to say here outside of that. Then the third superset is going to be ab isolation, 4 sets with calf isolation, 4 sets. It is still very important for women to isolate some of their muscles, even though they don't want them to develop optimally, as much as possible to get them as big as possible. It is still necessary so they don't look unbalanced compared to the rest of your physique. Then we have the final day, which is going to be the medium day, which we start off with good mornings, 4 sets of 8 to 12. I think that good mornings are what people should be doing instead of hip thrust, because it targets the erectors, meanwhile the hip thrust doesn't. But first of all, you use less weight, so way less weight, I think that most women are going to be doing it with just a 2 kilogram plate on each side and that's it. So that you don't use a lot of weight. Second of all, it is stimulatory as fuck. It's going to target the hamstrings and the glutes to a very great extent, and you're not going to be able to do anything else after the good mornings. And on top of that, most people think it's unsafe. I would actually say it's pretty safe if you're using very light loads and you know what you're doing. So really recommend this movement. We couple that up with leg raises and decline crunches. So we do our good mornings and we pair that up with the abs. Nothing to say here. Then we couple that up with the next superset. We couple pull-ups or lat pull-downs with decline push-ups or incline dumbbell press. Again, if you're not strong enough to do your decline push-ups or your pull-ups, do the other variation. But again, I highly encourage you to do calisthenics. Then the third superset is going to be hammer curls, 4 sets of 10 to 15, and cable face pulls, 3 sets of 10 to 20. So as you can see, the sessions are pretty short. They're pretty minimalistic overall, but they're going to get you the results that you want. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Hope you guys enjoyed. You can find the program in the description as always. And yeah, leave me your thoughts and comments below. Thanks for watching.